SEO isn't dying, it's evolving. I want you to pause for a second and really think about that because everywhere you look today, someone is declaring that SEO is dead. Every week there's another headline saying Google is over, nobody clicks websites anymore, or AI has killed search. The reality is much more interesting than those headlines. What's actually happening is that search is evolving into something much bigger. We are moving from a world where businesses competed to rank on search engines to a world where brands compete to become trusted sources that artificial intelligence recommends. The goal hasn't changed. We still want to be found, trusted, and chosen. But the way that happens has fundamentally changed. In today's masterclass, I'm going to break down everything you need to know about Generative Engine Optimization or GEO. We'll look at why it matters, the data behind this shift, how AI decides who gets cited, and most importantly, the practical framework you can start implementing immediately. Let's begin with one simple question. When was the last time you searched exactly the way you did 5 years ago? Think about it. Instead of typing a few keywords into Google, you're probably opening ChatGPT and asking complete questions. Maybe you're asking Gemini to summarize a report. Maybe you're using Perplexity to research a product before buying it. Maybe you're asking Claude to analyze a contract or Copilot to help write code. That's not traditional search anymore. That's conversational search. And that's exactly why GEO has become one of the most important marketing disciplines heading into 2026. So, what exactly is generative engine optimization? The simplest way I explain it is this: traditional SEO was about helping your website rank higher. GEO is about helping AI trust your content enough to include it in its answers. That's a massive difference. With traditional search, there were 10 blue links competing for attention. If you ranked number 1, you won the click. Generative AI doesn't work that way. There is no first position. There isn't even a page 2. There's only one important question: did the AI mention your brand or did it ignore you completely? That single shift changes everything. You are no longer optimizing for rankings. You're optimizing for recommendations. You're optimizing for citations. You're optimizing to become part of the answer itself. And if you think this is still an experimental concept, the numbers tell a completely different story. The US market for geo tools and services is already valued at approximately $365 million in 2026 and is projected to grow at an annual rate of nearly 43%. That tells us something important. This isn't another marketing buzzword. Companies are already creating dedicated budgets around AI visibility because they know this is becoming the next competitive advantage. Now let's talk about why this matters today and not 2 years from now. Over the last 12 months, AI adoption has accelerated faster than almost any technology we've seen before. ChatGPT alone has reached approximately 900 million weekly active users, more than doubling its user base in just 1 year. Gemini has crossed 750 million monthly users. AI powered search isn't something people occasionally experiment with anymore. It has become part of everyday behavior. Google's AI overviews illustrate this perfectly. Nearly 48% of tracked Google searches now trigger an AI overview, representing a dramatic increase over the previous year. Think about that for a moment. Almost half of your customers may receive an AI generated answer before they even consider clicking on a website. HubSpot's latest marketing research found that 1 out of every 2 consumers now uses AI powered search during their buying journey. That means AI isn't replacing Google, it's becoming another decision making layer between your customer and your website. Here's another statistic that really stood out to me. Research tracking more than 500 brands found that companies leading AI visibility now enjoy approximately 9 times more exposure than brands that haven't optimized for geo. Even more interesting, that visibility gap continues to widen every month. Yet, despite this enormous opportunity, only 16% of companies are actually measuring how often they appear inside AI generated answers. Think about that. Most marketing teams still have detailed dashboards for rankings, impressions, backlinks, conversions, and traffic. But very few know whether ChatGPT recommends their company. Very few know if Perplexity cites them. Very few know whether Gemini understands their expertise. If you're not measuring AI visibility today, you're missing one of the fastest growing discovery channels available. Now, let's answer the question everyone asks: how does AI actually decide who gets cited? The first misconception I want to clear up is that SEO no longer matters. That simply isn't true. In fact, research shows that 99% of citations appearing inside Google's AI overviews come from pages already ranking within Google's top 10 organic results. That tells us something very important. SEO isn't disappearing, it's becoming the foundation for GEO. Without strong technical SEO, quality content, and topical authority, AI has very little reason to trust your website in the first place. But ranking alone isn't enough anymore. Another fascinating study found that 82% of AI citations originate from earned media rather than content published only on a company's own website. That's a huge shift. Press coverage, industry publications, podcasts, community discussions, Reddit, independent reviews. These third party signals are helping AI determine which brands deserve trust. Public relations and brand authority are no longer just reputation building exercises, they're direct inputs into AI visibility. There's another study I think every marketer should know about. Researchers from Princeton tested dozens of geo optimization techniques to understand which ones actually improve AI visibility. Surprisingly, the highest performing techniques weren't keyword density or publishing frequency. The biggest improvements came from something much simpler: adding credible sources, adding real statistics, adding factual evidence. Those simple changes increased AI visibility by roughly 30 to 40%. Think about why that makes sense. AI systems don't just look for content, they look for confidence. And confidence comes from evidence. So, what should your geo strategy actually look like? Let me give you 5 practical recommendations. First, answer questions immediately. Don't spend 5 paragraphs building suspense. If someone asks a question, answer it within the first 2 sentences. AI loves clear, direct answers because that's exactly what it extracts. Second, include real statistics and credible references wherever possible. Specificity builds authority. Authority builds trust. Trust increases the probability of being cited. Third, build strong entities. Help AI clearly understand your company, your people, your products, and your expertise using structured data such as organization, person, product, article, and frequently asked questions schema. Fourth, invest beyond your own website. Earn mentions in industry publications, appear on podcasts, participate in communities, build relationships that generate independent references to your brand because earned media has become one of the strongest signals for AI visibility. Finally, start measuring AI citations today. Choose 5 important customer questions. Ask ChatGPT, ask Gemini, ask Perplexity, ask Google's AI overview. Does your company appear? If not, you've just identified your biggest growth opportunity. Before I wrap up, I want to address one myth that's causing a lot of confusion. Many marketers ask me whether they should focus on SEO or GEO. That's the wrong question. It's never been SEO versus GEO. It's SEO plus GEO. SEO helps search engines discover your content. GEO helps AI understand, trust, and recommend it. They're complementary strategies. One strengthens the other. Industry analysts project that by 2028, approximately half of all searches will involve generative AI experiences. That doesn't mean traditional search disappears. It means marketers must optimize for both worlds simultaneously. The companies that understand this balance today will build an enormous competitive advantage over the next few years. So here's my challenge for you after listening to this episode. Open ChatGPT. Ask 3 important questions your customers ask every day. See whether your company appears. If it doesn't, don't panic. Instead, see it as your roadmap. Because Geo isn't about gaming AI, it's about becoming genuinely worthy of being recommended. That's the future of digital marketing. And honestly, that future has already arrived. If you found this masterclass valuable, subscribe to the channel, Share this episode with your marketing team and let me know in the comments what's your biggest challenge with AI search today. I'd love to hear your thoughts and maybe they'll inspire a future episode. Thank you for listening. This is Rohit Shetty and I'll see you in the next episode.